Who has seen that before? Yeah. I should see 30, I think that's how many are in here, thumbs ups. Okay. A reminder about slope-intercept form, and what I said was for you today, for graphing, we're going to focus on pieces that are lines, okay? And so it would be helpful if you know how to graph a line. So just a reminder about that. And all of the things will be some form of slope-intercept form because the equation has to be y equals or f of x equals. So what do these things stand for? Well, if I'm graphing and I'm just doing one line, that B stands for the y-intercept or the initial condition. And what does the F stand for? The slope, or rise over run. So why that becomes important, now it's really nice just so you at least know what the line looks like. When we're doing pieces of functions, they're not always going to start at 0, so then that's why we're going to work on that with a table. You can always table points to graph lines. But if you just want a quick sketch, what that tells you then is, let's say I had y equals 2x minus 1. Where would that line start? -1, so you'd start that line down here, and then you'd go up to, I know this is not on a graph paper, over 1, and you could draw a sketch. Okay, so that's going to be helpful today to know, like, a lot of the questions I'm going to ask are like matching equations to graphs, and you could easily check out the slope, or if it is at the origin, you can figure out the y-intercept. Okay, so in our head, I'm going to just show you this one, and you're going to notice something when we're done with the graph. Okay, example 4. What is the slope of this line, the top one? What's that mean? And if there's no number there, you can put in a -1. That has a slope of -1. What's the slope of this line then? +1. So this is one that's going down. This is one that's going up. What is the y-intercept of both of these lines? 0, because it's not written, right? Okay. So just thinking about that, we're going to be putting these two lines together. One has a -1 slope, one has a +1 slope, and they meet at 0, and you're going to notice something in a second. All right. Oh, I'm making you do a decimal. So here's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the middle, we're going to put a 0. How about let's pick -4. -2, and I'll pick -1/2 for my negatives. And I'm going to mirror that on the other side, except I'll write this -1/2 as a positive. What's a decimal way to write 1/2? 0.5, and then I'm going to do +2, +4, and that's all I'm going to do. That will make it symmetrical. Okay. Which piece includes 0? The top piece or the bottom piece? And how can you tell? Which piece am I going to put the 0 in for? Does anyone know? The top piece, because do you see that or equal to 0? So that means that's going to be the one that includes my 0. So when I'm making my table, I'm going to use this all the way up, including the 0 there. All right, so the opposite of a negative is what? A positive. So what's the opposite of -4? 4. The opposite of -2 is 2. The opposite of negative 1/2 is going to be positive 1/2. And then the opposite of 0, 0 is the number in smack dab in the middle. It doesn't have an opposite. It's just 0. Okay. All right, then. We're going to do 1 times the value when x is greater than 0. Okay. So that's just going to output the same value. It's just the x value. That's all that means. Okay. Hey, by the way, if I did put 0 in the bottom, what would I get? 0. So these lines, if they were totally coming together, would meet, whereas some pieces don't meet. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to just label that. That means that's a 4. That's a negative 4. And I'm going to plot my ordered pair. So I'm going to plot negative 4, 4. Negative 2, 2. 1/2, negative 1/2, 1/2. 0, 0. 0.5, 0.5. 2, 2. 4, 4. All right, let's put our two pieces together. This piece comes down like this. This piece comes up like this. Weird. I've seen this before. Who's seen this before? What is this? What's the name of this graph? Come on, some brave soul, shout it out. What? Tell somebody around you if you won't tell me. What's the name of this graph? Or at least try the equation for it. Isn't this absolute value? Guess what? Absolute value is really, could be written that way. Interesting. Because it's two pieces put together. All right. Let's look at example 5 and let's practice some more graphing. Ooh, this is a good one because I think that this t-shirt business, if you've ever had to order t-shirts or been involved in that process, this is really how they work. Like usually there's some kind of reduction in the cost per t-shirt if you order more. So this is saying that it's going to be $9 per t-shirt if you order between and including 0 to 20. This one's going to be 3, must be an initial cost, 3 plus $8 per t-shirt for 20 to 40, and $7 plus 3 for greater than or equal to 40. Okay, you order 25 t-shirts. Which piece should we use? 1, 2, or 3? This is 1, 2, 3. Give me a finger. Show me a finger. 1, 2, 3. Which one? All right, thank you. 8. I need a calculator. 8 times 25 plus 3. How much is that going to cost? 203. All right, 125 t-shirts. Give me a piece. Let me see them. Let me see. Show me fingers. Which piece? 125. Yep, piece 3. So we're going to do 7 times 125 plus 3. What does that give you? What is the price per t-shirt for an order of 10 t-shirts? Which piece? Piece 1. So 9 times 10, just 90. Okay. If the bill was $171, how many t-shirts were ordered? It says, hint, there's 2 answers to this. Ooh, weird. I wonder what the 2 answers are. Hey, do me a favor. Would you agree that the most t-shirts you could order with this would be 19? Can you check out and see what you get when you do 9 times 19? What is it? Is it 171? Okay, so that would be the, I only said that because that would be the max t-shirts you could order. Do you know what I'm saying? So then, yeah, okay. So 171, one of the answers was 19. Okay. Let's check then what happened when let's put 20 in here and see what that gives me. This is what I'm just wondering. I think that it's not, this 878 is too big, so probably another answer is going to be in here. So let's see if we can find it. So if I have $8 per t-shirt plus 3 to give me 171, can we go backwards and figure out how many t-shirts in piece 2 that would be? Wouldn't we just subtract the 3 and divide by 8? All right. I got a 21 for that, which that tells you what? If you're going to order t-shirts, maybe if you were getting up here to around the 19, you might want to just order a couple more to get that kind of the free t-shirt that's in the price break. Okay. All right, cool.